Hello, YouTube. This is Black Rise Up, empowering black people through education. And today we're talking about the Baltimore riots. You know, if you hear the song in the background, it's just gonna be on repeat. That song is, I guess it's for right now. It's Nina Simone's Baltimore. She wrote it in 1977, talking about Baltimore and its problems and its issues. She's never gonna come back there no more and all this other stuff. Now we're here, 2015, and you're looking at a picture of one of looters, because this is not a protester. Protesters don't do stuff like this. Now it's going to be an issue where might piss a little bit of people off or something like that, but I really don't care. It's not about, I'm not here to be friendly or to be anyone's friend. I'm here to teach. Here to get people to understand the mistakes that they make. Now you see, I always try to spit some knowledge. Why I'm teaching, I'm just not going to just talk about stuff without knowledge. You have to understand what's going on. In the background, you see there's an Egyptian book and there's a airmail book there. I'm going to talk about those two really quickly. The reason that airmail book is there is because the post office employs more black people than any category or any entity, single entity in the United States of America. They have done it since the beginning and they're still doing it now. The post office hired 25% of the workforce, black workforce in the United States of America is in the post office. The rest is broken down through, these are the categories: federal government, state government, post office, private sector, public sector, and I guess you can call it self-proprietary, or, you know, small business owned or business owned, big business. It doesn't matter how you want to say it. But the post office hires more black folks as a single entity and as a category than anyone. So what this means is that the post office is very important to us, considering that we don't use it, we don't send mail, we don't even read like we're supposed to. That's like our last category in all the major categories to help a person succeed. We buy books last. It's our last category. That's something that needs to be addressed too. So I really don't know what to tell you to do besides buy stamps, especially when they have the Black History stamps. And then you got to think about that too. They always supported Black history. They always will. And the Egyptian book, you know, because people try to say that they weren't black folks there, except for the Nubian, and I'm going to put the quotation marks up for the Nubian tribe, but they were. I'll get into that pretty soon so you actually can see this. But right now we're going to deal with Baltimore. For those of you who don't know, I'm going to spit some more knowledge here. Maybe it'll open your eyes and something like that. I don't know, but hopefully it does. During the late 1800s, when black people were slaves, there were 3 places in the United States where black people can work for their freedom, where they actually had a bunch of free black folks walking around and good citizens, and people treated them nice and everything else. Now I'm hoping you're guessing that one of them was Baltimore, because it was. The other one was St. Louis. And the last one was DC. So that's the 3. Now, we already had a razor riot in St. Louis. Now Baltimore. So that means that DC's next. Are they doing this on purpose? I don't know. I mean, I just want you to just see. I don't think there's no such thing as coincidences in the world. Everything happened for a reason. So you have those going on right there. But like I said, we're going to get into this. Now you can see that he went in and looted. I'm guessing these are the looters from the CVS. He took some Pampers, which is fine. That's for his kids, but everything else is Pringles and iced tea. It depends on which CVS. I don't know. Their CVS might sell books and stuff like that, but you would think that you get a coloring book. Books like, I mean, they do have coloring books. They have things like that that you can take. But this is what he chose to take, and His face is on there, so they might not find him. They don't really care about finding some of us sometimes. But I'm just gonna go through this. As you can see, that's what he took. Everything's burning, cars, police cars, and everything else. And then here, this little boy here, he's probably maybe 8 years old. And you can see that that's his brother, and that might be his mother right there, and that's his other brother. What are they teaching him to do? Act violently. They all have rocks in their hand. He just threw one. There's one on the ground. These are the size of the rocks that they're throwing at. Look, that one, and that one. They're teaching him to be violent. Teaching him to toss things and stuff that just shouldn't be done, but that's what they're teaching him. I'm going to go here. Another little young guy. He's probably like maybe 12. He's out here looting. See all of them, what they're doing there. This is a whole picture of everything just being destructive. Because, you know, the CVS, they hit the CVS really, really hard. There's the CVS right there. As you can see, they burnt the top of this one. I don't know what building it is, but they burnt that too. Just the CVS. Still talking about the CVS because the CVS was hit major. Then they finally came after a while. But they let them go through and do this to the place, because they didn't have to burn it down. They could have just went in there and took everything and left, but he didn't have to burn it down. I didn't really understand that. Then you got him out here, you know, everybody's talking about him because he act like he struck gold holding up toilet paper with the tongue out like he Michael Jordan. See, he does have the Michael Jordan tongue out. And that's, yeah, another picture here. And then he's not a part of it, or she, I'm not too sure. That's a he or she. But they look like they don't want to be a part of what's going on. Then you have this one throwing a gate through something at the police. And then another person is trying to fight white people because they're trying to protect their business. They just have a black dude here trying to, you know, stop them from doing this. But, you know, he has rocks. He has a rock. He's like, don't throw the rock at me. You know, it's like, what are you doing? And, you know, got these people out here. He's just ready to throw it. You can see it's in his hand. Then they raided the check cashing places and things like that. Burned another police car down, throwing stuff through windows. It's just breaking cars. This car probably has nothing. This is not a police car, as you can see. They just chose to break it. This is what's going on. Now, smiling, cheering, woo, woo. This is what's currently going on right now. It's a lot of celebration and happy